What's going on, everybody? This is episode 9, baby. Already at episode 9 of Not Your Average Wrestling Podcast, hosted by your boy, the Wildcat J. Troy. And this episode is going to be a very interesting episode because I have a couple guests that's going to be stopping by, saying a quick word or whatever, giving their opinions, their thoughts on certain topics that's going on in pro wrestling, specifically the WWE. But before we get into that, before we get into any pro wrestling news that's going around, actually, this is pro wrestling news. This is huge, especially for a team that I came up with. I still look at them as we're coming up together because we are in the same, we're aiming to be in the same business. I went to school with these talented individuals. We went to House of Glory together. Their names was Private Party. Mark Quinn and Isaiah Cassidy. Two talented, badass individuals. They are very talented, and I'm happily to announce that they are the first people to officially make it out of House of Glory. They are the first people to get signed by a big major company. Private Party is now All Elite. They are a part of AEW Wrestling, and I am so happy for these two individuals because I knew back when I was wrestling in 2014 that these two individuals was going to be something special in this business, and all you needed was the right people to see them. And the Young Bucks handpicked them specifically to be in AEW. So that tells you, if you're not going to take my word for it, take the Young Bucks' word for it because they have handpicked Private Party, because they've been in the ring with them, I do believe, to join AEW. I can't wait to see what these two individuals do, Mark Quinn and Isaiah Cassidy. I know they're going to bring it. They're going to bring it. I hope to see them at Double or Nothing, show off their skills. I'm going to be watching. I'm definitely going to be tuned in, and it's great to see somebody that I came up with actually make it. So I'll see you at the top, my brothers. Mark Quinn and Isaiah Cassidy, once again, congratulations on being All Elite. Moving on to Dean Ambrose. Dean Ambrose has been officially moved to the WWE alumni page. So this is supposed to indicate that he is he's not on the WWE roster no more. He's done. It's looking like he's done. Well, I don't know. I'm still believing that this is a work. Things can always change because Dean Ambrose in that shoot promo he did right before their last match during the Shield's final chapter, it was looking like Dean Ambrose was taking a little bit of a hiatus. So I don't know. It's a work until it turns into a shoot. That's how I look at it. I'll believe when Dean Ambrose is gone once he shows up in New Japan or AEW or Impact. I don't think he's on Impact. Or ROH, just hypothetically, once he shows up to these other places, then that's what I'll come to the conclusion that Dean Ambrose is officially out of the WWE. So before I move on to anything else, I have one of my guesses, Mr. Soaking in the Green himself. He actually joined me a few times on the JD Asylum, but now this is a different atmosphere because it's just me and him talking rather everybody else. So my man Dave Vaughn, aka Mr. Soaking in the Green, he's a huge Miz fan.
Yeah, I'm one of the biggest Miz's fan. He's the GOAT. I still believe he should have won the last several matches that he had, especially at WrestleMania.
I mean, listen, the Miz had one of his best matches at WrestleMania. I would put that maybe in his top 3. Miz was a part of some great matches, but one-on-one that was probably his best match.
I feel like he was fearless.
The Miz was taking chances. It looks like when we was watching WrestleMania together, it was just like you were saying, I never saw this side of the Miz before.
I've never seen that side of the Miz before. And the fact that when he flipped Shane, he didn't hesitate. He didn't hesitate once during that match.
No, he was just going all out, man. So we have, are you familiar? You remember Luke Harper, right?
Yeah.
From the Wyatt family. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if you're familiar with the story that's going on with him. So he's not liking the way he's being used in WWE. So he actually asked for his release, and it looked like WWE granted his release a couple weeks ago. Wow. But once he announced it on social media, he got in trouble backstage, and WWE not only did not actually grant his release, but they added 6 more months to his contract.
Wow.
That's petty.
Wow.
That's petty.
That is petty.
Because he wants to go. He's not being used, right? You know, Eric Rowan is with Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
And it's just like, what else do you got for me? He's went to them and asked, like, what do you have for me? I'm ready to go. I'm healthy. I'm in the best shape of my life. And they don't have nothing for him. So he's just like, okay, my contract is up in November. Can you grant me my release? And at first, WWE was okaying it, but it looks like the fact that he was announced, after he announced that on Instagram and Twitter and stuff, that they didn't like that too much and they added some stuff.
They didn't like it a lot.
They didn't like it.
Damn.
They didn't like it.
6 months is a while, especially when you're in the good shape of your life and you're trying to get in action.
Yeah, there we go. My other guest just arrived, Mr. Titus Worldwide. Mr. Titus World Slide. We just made it in the building. We're talking about the Luke Harper situation. Luke Harper wasn't, he was, I don't know if I told you, but Luke Harper, he asked for his release. And it looked like he was about to get released. But after he announced it on social media, WWE did not like that too well. So what they did was, not only did they not grant his release, but they added 6 more months to his contract.
Wow.
Yeah, they did him dirty.
They did him dirty.
Why WWE always violating people?
That's OD, right?
The same way they violated me. When's the last time I had a match? Oh, that's crazy.
The Orange the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
Yeah, and you got thrown out.
But
They
we
didn't even let me
move.
stay in there. But.
We have another person who's looking to leave the company as well.
And I'm
Sasha Banks.
I figured.
The Sasha Banks thing has been a big thing in pro wrestling for the past 2 to 3 weeks. Is she going to leave the company? Is she going to stay? Is WWE going to give Sasha what she wants? Is Sasha going to pull up to AEW? Is she going to sit out her contract? Because that's what it's looking like. Sasha don't want to show up on WWE TV because it was looking like she was going to be coming to Money in the Bank. And I heard there was word going around that she was potentially going to win the briefcase. So,
I actually looked at seen a headline article by Bleachers Report, and it said Sasha Banks is no longer needed in the WWE as she was 4 years ago.
Wow, that's crazy.
But
you know what's crazy? Because remember when we was talking about Chiseled Adonis earlier today? I looked on his page and like the friend that he went to Mania with, I remember she made a post because I guess they like met her or they know her like some type of way. And she was like, well, even though they lost, hopefully there's a singles championship in the few coming months. So if she does win the briefcase, that actually might be a dream come true for her.
But the thing is Sasha Banks going to take WWE's word for it? Because right now she just wants to sit out for the rest of her contract. She wants to pull what Neville did. Because you remember when Neville, you ain't hear from Neville?
That's a fact.
You ain't hear from Neville for months. And then he pulls up. He waited for his contract to expire, then he finally pulls up.
Hey, man.
Before
She actually might be the one that makes me watch AEW. I'm not going to hold you.
If she pulls up to that women's division they need somebody like a Sasha Banks.
Yes.
Because AEW, yes, they got young stars. Like I mentioned, my friends that made it Private Party, which is a great, phenomenal tag team, but they need those people. They need those big names that's going to draw the people to the product. You need the Chris Jerichos. You need the Kenny Omegas. You need the Nevilles. You need people that we know to bring us to the product.
WWE going to keep slipping up, and all they stars going about to go to AEW and all these other companies.
That's what I'm like. I don't understand what WWE is thinking. Like, I think Vince himself, I don't think he's moved past the Attitude Era. Like, I think his mind is still stuck on that somehow.
He's still stuck on. Okay, here's the thing with Vince, and this is what my guy BC Amplified. You know, he does his research and everything. My man BC.
Mustafa Ali.
My boy BC. If you haven't checked out one of BC's videos, I mean, you're totally missing something special because this guy. He is the pro wrestling fan. Okay, he gives it his all on all his videos. But he was just saying how like he heard from wrestlers backstage, and he heard from Ryback himself. Vince McMahon at this point does not want to create any more stars that's larger than the company. Just think about it. Back in the day, like we had Rock, we had Stone Cold, we have John Cena, Hulk Hogan. All these people, even Undertaker and Triple H. All these people
Are
are
bigger
larger
than
than life, and they're bigger than the company. Vince McMahon don't want any more stars like he doesn't want to create any more stars like that.
But why not?
And that's I don't know. Why wouldn't you want to make no more stuff? Because you can't
At
keep.
the end of the day, you're still the one that created them. Like you have that on your. I mean, not that he needs a resume, but that's something that you can put under your belt. Like,
but why? My thing is just like the product is suffering, and you can't keep relying on the old people from the Attitude Era.
right?
Because Undertaker, yeah, it's good to see him, but he's old and brittle. He's brittle. Shawn Michaels, I hated the fact that he came out of retirement for that Saudi Arabia event.
Yeah.
He shouldn't have stayed in retirement. And he looked terrible. Triple H, he can't be fighting no more. The Rock comes back here and there, but we have to establish new stars.
Yeah.
And the problem is, and that's one of the biggest problems with the product because nobody's larger than life. Remember back in the day, if you go and watch those Stone Cold clips, and whenever you heard that glass break, everybody would stand up in that arena. Every single person.
I feel like they're so stuck on these old stars, they're missing out. I feel like only
And
a
they
few
don't realize
stars.
that the audience is there. Like there's new kids that
Yeah.
want to see new people. Like they don't like you put a 5-year-old to a Monday Night Raw. They're not gonna really know who Stone Cold is.
Yeah.
They don't know who The Rock is. They don't know those people.
Yeah.
So it's like
and they have the talent. Like everybody,
do, yeah.
everybody that's in. I feel like
There's so much talent on the roster. Like there's no reason why.
way
Plus,
too
like,
much.
you have great writers. What are you doing? Who's making the decisions?
But my thing is like this: these people had everything when they was in NXT. A lot of these people, like Finn Balor, Finn Balor, KO, Bobby Roode, or Robert Roode. Now I'll get to that mustache later.
Gosh. Oh gosh.
But you
boy.
had people like Ricochet. He was in NXT for like a little bit. I feel like he should have stayed down there longer.
I feel like they're not gonna utilize him well, which is sad because I genuinely like Ricochet.
he performs good matches.
He still has time, but
Still.
the fact of the matter is, these people they have the wrestling ability. They can captivate the crowd. They can become larger than life. But Vince is not gonna do it because he likes to do the whole 50-50 booking thing. I don't know if I explained 50-50 booking.
Nah.
It's the even Stevens booking. Basically, if I beat you next week, you're gonna beat me the following week, and then I'll beat you. We trade victories back and forth. That way, nobody's getting momentum anymore. If you realize it, that's how WWE goes. There is nobody that's just straight up dominating everybody no more.
Except it's Brock.
But then
Unless it's Brock.
Facts.
And that's like he shouldn't be the only person doing that. Like before, even growing up, like people would be going on streaks.
But
Like streaks.
Like Stone, like you
And
didn't see
they'll lose,
Stone
like-
Cold losing.
They'll lose like once in like 2-3 months.
Facts.
Yeah, it was a big deal once you saw The Rock lose a match. When Stone Cold lost, when Triple H lost his title, it was a big deal.
There's a reason why JBL called him Big Match Johnny.
So I don't know. But before we go into Monday Night Raw and everything, what happened on that, I want to address one more thing that happened over the weekend, and this has been the talk of the wrestling town, the CM Punk situation.
Oh.
CM Punk, and it's been confirmed that it has been CM Punk. They even have a close-up shot of the masked wrestler who's supposed to be CM Punk, and it's in fact, it looks like him through the eyes and everything, and
I bet he said the eyes.
CM Punk has made his pro wrestling return, but
Not to WWE.
not to WWE. But he says he will never come back to the WWE. And even before his first UFC fight, he had an interview, and they asked him, "Would you ever return to the pro wrestling ring?" He said, "The only time," he was like, "Never say never." But if I was to show up at a wrestling show, it won't be televised. It will be at a small event. I'll be under a ninja costume, and I'll be wrestling one of my buddies, and nobody will ever know it was me. And the crazy thing is, I found out some more that CM Punk has in fact showed up at another indie event before, and this time nobody really caught it. I do believe
It was a House of Glory, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't House of Glory. It was like some random indie event. But I heard he was somebody that interfered in the match. Of course, he was covered, but he threw salt in somebody's face. I think that's what I heard. So he has done this before. But now we caught him. So the bigger question is he all elite?
Oh, this is no doubt CM Punk.
How old is he now?
I'm just looking at these highlights. The way he's moving, his body language, the height.
How old is he right now?
Phil is I think he's I do not know if he's 40 yet. I don't know. He might be in his
I feel
late
like
30s.
he can still move.
I don't think he's in his 40s yet. But he can still go. CM Punk in wrestling, he has another good 5 years in him. But of course, when he comes back, he doesn't want to be full time. And the AEW schedule, the way that they doing it, it'll be great for him.
I was about to say he actually might pull up to there, and I promise you, AEW is gonna pop.
I think he would love it.
And the crazy thing is, the person that owns AEW, his first choice was to get CM Punk. So obviously they've been in contact. I know that they tried to get in contact with him, and now that he got this itch to be back in the wrestling ring,
I won't be surprised.
Bro, CM Punk come back, I'm watching AEW, bro.
he's gonna be all elite for sure. He's gonna get the shirt and everything. So.
Bro, CM Punk is gonna be his Miz in AEW.
Yeah. If you see my eyes right now.
Yeah. So, Monday Night Raw. Ready to talk about some Monday Night Raw action?
Yeah,
man.
Okay, so we open up Monday Night Raw with Triple H and Seth Rollins, right? So, to speed this whole thing up, we have the typical segment where everybody comes out to the ring when the champion's in there, and they basically want a piece of the champion, right? So, it's been announced for later in the night, there's going to be 2 triple threat matches, and the winner of those 2 matches is going to face each other in the main event, and that person's going to fight Seth Rollins at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. So the people was Samoa Joe, Baron Corbin, Rey Mysterio, The Miz, Drew McIntyre, and AJ Styles. So they all came out there and they wanted a piece of Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins was basically the energy that I got from Seth. It was like, I don't care who you are, who wins. At Money in the Bank, I'm going to burn it down and I'm going to retain my championship. That's what I got from this whole thing.
Yeah. When you said Rey Mysterio, I was like, dang, man. He got murdered by Samoa Joe recently. And I'm like, I can't even envision him competing for a title right now.
Oh, man. But that whole WrestleMania match. And the crazy thing was, the opening match was AJ Styles versus Rey Mysterio versus Samoa Joe. Yeah. And that was a great triple threat match.
That was a good match.
They put it all on the line in that match. And that Styles clash at the end of the match, he took Rey Mysterio and Styles clashed them on top of Samoa Joe and covered Samoa Joe.
Now, that whole sequence was amazing.
It was amazing.
I forgot what he did right before that, but he did some.
When you said amazing, I just heard awesome by The Miz, like in my head. Like,
oh my gosh, yo.
I just heard it.
We'll get to the Miz shortly.
Have your orgasm later, sir.
We'll get to the Miz in a little while because he's actually going to come up soon. But that was great for AJ Styles, but bad for Samoa Joe. Because Samoa Joe is your United States champion, and he should be treated as such. That pinfall should have been on Rey Mysterio. It should have not have been on Samoa Joe. If Samoa Joe was going to take another L, he should not have gotten pinned because he needs to get some more momentum. How's he going to look like a credible champion if he keeps losing these matches? The only time he did look dominant was at WrestleMania when he did dominate Rey Mysterio.
That's only because Rey was injured.
But here's the thing. Like I said, 50-50 booking. Nobody's really having momentum because of 50-50 booking. I call it even Stevens.
And I feel like it make it harder for like certain people could that has the charisma, but not that many people have that natural charisma, like Daniel Bryan per se, or like John Cena. But John Cena's
not Samoa Joe or CM Punk.
But then that goes back to the problem of like, why you gonna keep pushing these old guys? If you keep doing this 50 fucking booking, like how you're saying, it's going to keep knocking down the momentum.
So and that's what it messed up so many people like Braun Strowman. Look what happened to him.
They
do you
Braun
even?
So
and my thing is like this.
Dirty.
I'm still a Braun Strowman guy, low key. But y'all remember how excited I used to get whenever I heard Braun Strowman's name?
I expected him to beat Brock.
Yo, like,
bro,
and that's where
really
it started.
Could.
That's where it started because he would look dominant. He would destroy everybody. Then whenever he would get to Brock would just eat him. Eat him, son. Eat him.
Braun should be the one person Brock cannot baby.
Bro, honestly,
And
I feel
they let him baby
like
him.
Braun is stronger than Brock right now. That's how I feel.
Do you not see how big Braun
No,
is?
I do, but the way when they go against each other is
That's
like,
what I'm
dang.
saying. That's what WWE is doing. They're not letting him actually like be that monster force.
Everybody need to go AEG.
AEG.
AEW.
I'm so glad we got that on record. Son.
I got it. I got it. Everybody's going to AEG wrestling.
I was thinking about audio.
It is officially AEG wrestling from now on.
I was thinking about audio.
Oh gosh.
So we move on to Naomi
My baby.
versus Billie Kay, one half of the women's tag team champions. And this is a very short match. Billie Kay takes the fall to Naomi. Basically, Naomi does not break a sweat in this match.
Nope.
The Iconics are your women's tag team champions. And soaking in the green. This is the main reason why Sasha Banks left. You remember her and Bayley was the tag team champions. Her and Bayley was told that, okay, mind you, they fought for these titles for like close to like 2 years. Finally get the titles, and they was told that, okay, you guys is gonna have a long title reign. Just make the titles prestigious. They get the titles and they lose it in less than 2 months. And the Iconics, the only time they have won a match on TV is the Smackdown after WrestleMania when they fought jobbers. And other than that, whenever they fight against somebody else, they will always lose. They lost to Bayley and Naomi. They lost to Naomi twice. And I do believe Peyton Royce lost to Kairi Sane, but we get to that later.
Yeah.
So just like, imagine like your Sasha Banks, you fought hard for these championships to make it prestigious. You put the titles on somebody else, and then they're losing. So can you blame why Sasha Banks is upset?
No, I can't.
Absolutely
blame her,
not. No, absolutely not.
They have so much talent, and they have like so many old people. I feel like trying to make decisions for the new people, which I feel like is not enough balance.
And that is why Vince needs to retire. He has way too much money than he knows what to deal with in the little life he has left in his body. Okay?
Here's the thing. I feel like Vince is probably an unpopular opinion. Vince is still a genius in my opinion. Because every once in a while he does produce something that is great, but he has to trust his writers.
He's not consistent. That's my problem.
And that's when the 50-50 booking comes in. But Vince, I feel like he's still a genius because WrestleMania, everything that's finalized, it goes through Vince. Vince is still able to produce good shows, hence WrestleMania. I feel like everybody was satisfied with WrestleMania.
The best WrestleMania I've seen
in the last 5 years.
Yeah. So it shows that Vince, he still has it, but he has to trust his writers. So we go on to The Miz versus Baron Corbin versus Drew McIntyre.
I just want to say, Davon, I'm not going to hold you. I felt so sorry for The Miz. Because the moment I saw that match was a thing, I said, this is totally unfair to The Miz. Totally unfair.
He's in there with Baron Corbin, the future of this business.
Stop it.
The
future of this business will not be wrestling in a vest. Hush your mouth.
Versus Drew McIntyre. I mean, like,
the psycho.
The Miz is like was sort of at a disadvantage in this match, and he did actually take the fall because Drew McIntyre. It was a great match. This match was actually up there with the first triple threat. I enjoyed the first triple threat more, but I feel like this match was still great. You had 3 talented individuals in there giving it their all, and it ended with Drew McIntyre hitting The Miz with a Claymore. So The Miz is out. He got hit with the Claymore out of nowhere. Baron Corbin, being the ultimate opportunist that he is, I gave him Edge's nickname.
You need to stop that.
He's the ultimate opportunist. He threw out.
No, you're not gonna run past that like the way just disrespect Edge like that. Don't you ever do that.
Yeah, Edge was the smart one.
Listen. This man is the future of this business.
Can you stop?
He's the future of this company.
Wasn't you saying that about Justin? What's his name? Justin Jordan.
Justin Jordan.
Oh, Jason Jordan.
Justin Jordan.
Yo, Davon is on the road with this mishaps,
Justin
man.
Jordan.
Oh my gosh, that's a fact. You definitely did say that.
This man is.
And what happened?
Listen, this man is.
That man has not been on TV.
That's because he has neck problems.
I don't. Yeah, like his dad.
Listen, he won an Olympic gold medal with a broken freaking neck, okay?
Yeah. And what happened at what you like to brag about, because he brags about it, he lost at his farewell match to Baron Corbin.
Because Baron Corbin's great. He's on the rise. They pulled the right decision.
So you're proud of Baron Corbin being proud of beating an old man in his very last match. The man who can't even stand up straight. Do you see his knees?
He beat an Olympic gold medalist. He beat an Olympic gold medalist.
How long ago did he win that Olympic gold medal?
It don't matter. It don't matter. He's still Olympic gold medalist.
When he won that Olympic gold, he still had hair.
96.
He still had hair.
Anyway. Baron Corbin wins the match. So it leads to the main event. Later tonight, we have AJ Styles versus Baron Corbin. Get to that shortly. Sami Zayn. I don't know if anybody was paying attention to the Sami Zayn segment or whatever. I seen bits and pieces of it. I don't know if you remember Sami Zayn, right?
Yeah.
So Sami Zayn is on this. He has this gimmick now where he's just bashing the crowd, basically calling them poisonous. He talked about the crowd giving him anxiety, depression.
Wow.
Like he said, when he was on vacation from his injury, he felt good. He felt good, but he was missing. But he was sort of missing wrestling. But it was something still inside of him that made him feel weird, that gave him anxiety. He was trying to figure it out. The thing that he was talking about was the WWE Universe.
And you know what's funny? Because while he was showing his pictures while he was on vacation, Jason was like, let me go see these pictures. He went on his Instagram. None of those pictures were there.
Yo, none of his pictures was on the Instagram. He showed like 3 pictures of him on vacation. I didn't see not one of them. I don't know. Maybe I got to check again.
He's actually a good wrestler, though.
He's a great wrestler.
He is a good wrestler.
I remember when
it's just sad because of his gimmick, that's why they made him lose in his return match. What was that, 2-3 weeks ago?
Yeah, to Finn Balor. So,
speaking of the 50-50, I haven't seen an odd, non 50-50 since Finn and Seth were going at it. Because remember, they were going at it for weeks, and Finn Balor was just winning every single time.
Yeah, I think if they go back to the 50-50, it could literally change the whole momentum of everything.
Yeah.
Because then once somebody beat that person, it's like they overcame a big challenge, and now they the champ.
Like Kofi Kingston.
They put him through some work.
So
we're not gonna even talk about.
So Sami Zayn once again tells everybody to go to hell. He walks out, and then that's it. Cedric Alexander versus Cesaro. So Cesaro has been moved over to Monday Night Raw. He's been basically flipped for Andrade. Andrade's been moved back to SmackDown. I'm not gonna say what my man BC says because I will start laughing. But so this match we have Cedric versus Cesaro, and pretty solid match. Okay, these two are one of the best wrestlers out today. Cesaro can wrestle a broomstick. Cedric Alexander is no slouch in the ring. Yeah. Be able to fly around there.
I'm still mad. You said Cedric was gonna win that match.
I thought it was his re-debut on Monday Night Raw.
Bro, we're talking about Cesaro.
Of course, I would want Cesaro to win, but
it's not even about one. When was the last time Cesaro lost to a high flyer? He eats those for breakfast.
Yeah, bro.
Oh, wait a minute. They lost to my family. Get to that in a second. I'm gonna save that.
They like high flyers.
Yeah, they're not like
they just can fly.
Yeah.
We gotta fly.
I consider them grounded high flyers.
Yeah, they are. They know how to keep it on the ground.
On the ground. So
because they got locked. They got them locked up.
It's a solid match. Cesaro wins with the uppercut. He catches Cedric Alexander in midair. Then that's it. 1, 2, 3. We move on to the backstage promo. With them thugs, Jimmy Thug, J Thug, downstairs day one ish. That is me, baby. All right, baby. So here we go. They with Charlie Caruso.
She is fine.
She is bad. Okay, that's a bad woman right there. So Usos in this segment, they was very entertaining. This was a great. You can tell that they're loose. This is probably. I mean, although their promos is always great, you can tell that they was really having fun backstage. And then they poking fun, and then the Revival come up. The top guys pull up.
They should be jobbers.
They went to the Usos, aren't they?
Hey man, you cannot be a jobber and you just won goddamn chips. All right.
What are the Iconics? Jobbers with titles.
Hello.
So basically, the Revival, they're talking their junk, and then it cuts back to the Usos, and the Usos look like they was snoring on each other. so the Revival's talking all that stuff, trashing the Usos. The next thing you know, you show the Usos sleeping and snoring, basically saying that the Revival is just boring.
Bro, the Usos was a representation of everybody in WWE. Like, you look at the Revival and you just get bored and you want to sleep. Just next. Continue.
So so it looks like they're gonna have a match next week. They end off the segment with "Welcome to the Uso Penitentiary." So up next, we have the Viking Raiders. They have a new name each week. Versus, they'll give us every name but War Machine. Just saying. So we have the Viking Raiders versus the Lucha Lucha Underground House Party, I think.
I thought it was just Lucha House Party.
I just said that. so basically, the match doesn't get started because the Raiders basically destroyed them, ambushed them, and just destroyed them, and beat them with their tag team finisher, the Viking Experience. So they took their old name and made their tag team finishing move the Viking Experience.
Vince, you're doing one hell of a job.
Okay? So, you know what this is going to lead to? Ultimately, down the road, you're going to see the Viking Raiders versus my family, them Thug Usos. This is the match that they trying to.
Oh, yeah.
Them Thug Usos, man. J Thug Usos, downstairs, they want ish. That is me, baby. So, we, up next, we have Becky Two Belts.
Becky Two Belts.
Y'all really need to stop calling her that.
Becky Two
The
Belts.
man.
Y'all
I really don't like that the man.
I'll take. She sound like it, man. But
She's dating the man, Seth Rollins.
She looks very beautiful.
ain't that really funny though? The man won both Royal Rumbles this year.
Yeah.
The man.
So Becky Two Belts out
Stop
there.
calling her that. She's not gonna have two belts forever.
Yo,
Stop.
I'm gonna be upset when she lose the belts and I can't call her Becky.
gonna happen,
I'm gonna still call her Becky Two Belts. I don't care. I'm still calling her Becky Two
You
Belts.
can't call her Becky Two Belts because she don't have belts, two belts no more.
Unacceptable.
Better than Charlotte, no belts. So,
Hey man, you know, hey, Money
Charlotte's
in the
about
Bank is
to
coming
take
soon.
them. She's gonna take them.
She gonna take one.
yep. So she's
Wait, is the Money in the Bank match is gonna be the last match, right? Or no? What if somebody won the Money in the Bank match, right? Earlier, and
they
cashed in the
has
match?
done it. Dean Ambrose did that.
That's happened.
Dean
Didn't
Ambrose
Alexa
did
Bliss do
that.
too?
Kane did that.
Didn't Alexa Bliss do that too?
Alexa Bliss did that. So yeah, but
That's the reason the Nia Jax match with
Ronda Rousey
got cut short.
Yeah, and Alexa Bliss got the belt.
Yeah,
then
I remember that.
So
Yeah. Continue. I was about to say something about Nia Jax, but I'll just let you continue from more. Yeah.
Oh, speaking about Nia Jax, she is getting surgery, so she's gonna be out.
Wow.
I do believe she on both her. I think she has a knee injury as well.
Yeah.
So-
Wish you a speedy recovery, Nia.
Yeah. So Becky Lynch's promo, she talks about Lacey Evans, the Southern lady, but she's basically saying Lacey Evans just like all the others. She's beat up blondes before, so she's nothing special than like a Charlotte Flair or whatever. So Lacey Evans comes out, says she's gonna beat Becky for the title at Money in the Bank, to keep hyping up this match.
With a woman's right.
With the women's right. So, and then she's basically called Becky Lynch content and everything. And Becky says, I'm not content because I already know what this championship brings. This championship means that it's a target on my back, and I will not lose these belts. At Money in the Bank, I will retain the championships. And that's it. So
For those who cannot see us, Davon is holding up his cruiserweight belt that he won at our WrestleMania event. He does not deserve it. Okay. He won by default. Does it say that? But continue.
I just beat all the competition I was in the room.
Yo,
So Becky Two Belts fights Alicia Fox. So this is a quick match. Becky Lynch wins. Lacey Evans gets right in the ring, hit Becky with the women's right twice, and Becky Two Belts is laid out. So we're gonna have Lacey Evans versus Becky Lynch at Money in the Bank.
ooh.
I don't know, Soaking in Green. You've seen Lacey Evans before, the Southern lady, the sexy Southern belle.
Lacey Evans.
She aight.
She's a Southern lady. she's a lady, and she's going to teach a man how to treat a lady.
I've seen her before, but I'm not really familiar with her.
Like I said, she's all right.
She has a mean right hand, though. I like that punch.
She got some mean shoulders, too.
So
hit him with the shoulders.
that's Ronda. Nobody's beating Ronda's shoulders. Ricochet versus the glorious Robert Roode and his new glorious ravishing mustache. Oh my God. How great is that mustache?
When I seen that mustache, I didn't believe it.
Every time I look at him, it's like I'm getting pulled over.
License and registration, boy.
Call me boy one more time.
But he is obviously paying homage to the great ravishing Rick Rude. Mm-hmm. And I like it. This is very old school. The name sounds old school. The look is old school. You know, Bobby Roode was always that throwback old school type of a wrestler. Mm-hmm. The way that he looks, the way that he's in the ring, he's old school. And this gives him more of a old school look and refresher to his character.
Yeah.
So this match was slow paced in the beginning. It did pick up. Ricochet flying all over that ring, but Rude was in control the majority of the time of this match. He ended up winning the match with the glorious DDT, and it was fairly clean. So Ricochet suffers his first main roster loss clean on Monday Night Raw.
Nice.
He said,
that's not nice. That's the best high flyer in the game right now.
No, it's nice to lose to Bobby Roode.
No,
he's Robert Roode.
Robert Roode.
He's not Bobby Roode anymore. He's Robert Roode.
Mama named him Clay.
Robert Roode. I feel like Robert Roode should have got more respect as Bobby Roode, but Robert should just get more, you know.
We'll see.
The mustache.
Like, he has the look. I feel like he has the look. He has like the acting.
He's old school. He's a throwback. And it's just like he has that look of a wrestler. He looks.
I just feel like if he was like 3 inches taller, Vince would have liked him more.
And if he was just a little bit more big, but he will really look like Triple H then.
Yeah.
So,
but I've been having a great time, but I got to get to class.
Soaking in the green is always a pleasure.
So,
speaking
this one last time again. The Miz is the GOAT.
Stop, yo.
You sure you want to leave when we talk about this next thing though?
Oh, the Miz is up next?
Bray Wyatt.
Oh, bro.
So Bray Wyatt.
I gotta go.
Bray Wyatt and his Firefly Funhouse. Basically, this is
that is so weird.
Yeah, it was paying homage to Mr. Rogers.
It looked like Blue's Clues.
It looked like Blue's Clues a little bit, but it was very interesting, weird segment.
Yes, it was.
So so he introduced the I forgot what the doll's name was, the creepy doll, and the buzzard, Mercy the buzzard.
Oh no.
And he pokes fun at his old self, saying that he's not the same guy no more. He's not a bad man.
He ain't the same. He slimmed the beard down.
He slimmed down. Like Bray Wyatt is Aki now.
I can't wait to see him in the ring.
I want to see where this gimmick goes because it looks like he's gonna still have those creepy powers a little bit. I feel like.
It's not. So, this is gonna be quite a bit of changes. It's gonna be quite a bit.
So he takes a chainsaw to a cutout of his old self. How weird was that?
Hey man, the old you is dead. A new one is reborn.
Yeah. And it looks like Bray Wyatt has turned over a new leaf. And I'm kind of intrigued with these Firefly Funhouse segments. Hopefully we get something interesting next week on Monday Night Raw on SmackDown because we don't know what brand he's going to show up because they showed this video on both Raw and SmackDown. So we never know. AJ Styles versus Baron Corbin, the main event of the show. Pretty solid match between these two. I mean, there was reports going around that saying that Baron Corbin was actually supposed to challenge Seth Rollins for the Universal Championship. But it looks like they changed the plans. And they said that they actually changed the plans to the show 4 minutes before the show went on the air. That was cutting it close. 4 minutes before the show, before Monday Night Raw hit the airwaves, they changed the plan. So that was probably them changing the Baron Corbin and AJ Styles match. And so this was a solid match. Baron Corbin did not win. AJ Styles wins cleanly with the phenomenal forearm. And it looks like we have the dream match that a lot of people wanted. AJ Styles.
That would actually be a better match.
AJ Styles versus Seth Rollins at Money in the Bank for the Universal Championship.
The phenomenal one versus
Mr. Burn It Down.
The Beast Slayer.
This one is gonna be a great match. Now a lot of people's complaining saying that why can't we get this match at SummerSlam? This is a WrestleMania caliber match. WrestleMania just passed. I'm not waiting for Evan the month. Remember what they did with Shinsuke and AJ? We waited that whole time for that one match to happen in WWE. And what was it?
It was so slow.
It was garbage. They was moving like it was underwater. It was watered down. And it wasn't the AJ Styles and Shinsuke that everybody wanted. So why do we have to necessarily wait to... I get it. This is a dream match. But not all dream matches have to happen at SummerSlam or at WrestleMania. And you also have to remember, what is that same month? Double or Nothing. AEW's first ever pay-per-view. So before, they're actually... Double or Nothing is actually that next weekend after Money in the Bank, that next weekend, that's Double or Nothing. So WWE has to come with them hard with the matches. Money in the Bank has to deliver because it is crucial at this point. AEW, after that weekend, is no longer a t-shirt company like everybody calls it. It is a wrestling company that's going to be televised in October or November, and it's coming. And they're going to compete.
It also helps because, everybody thinks, I can't wait till WrestleMania or I can't wait till SummerSlam. This actually helps the other pay-per-views get more views because it's like, oh my gosh.
And Money in the Bank is pay-per-view. Money in the Bank, it was known to have some great matches. You remember the CM Punk and John Cena match from 2011 that a lot of people go back to watch. That wasn't at no SummerSlam.
You never know. Some people might cash in that very night.
Oh, you never know. You
That's
never know
what's
that.
good match.
Afterwards, Seth Rollins and AJ Styles, they shared the ring together, shook each other's hand, and that was the end of Monday Night Raw.
Now, I know we only got like 2 minutes, but I do want to point out
No,
something.
we don't. We actually don't have 2 minutes. I'm going all the way to an hour. So we got about like 18 minutes.
Oh, what time did you start?
I started 15 minutes.
Oh, 4:15. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, bet. Cool.
Because we got to get into SmackDown.
SmackDown, yeah.
We got to get into SmackDown. So, I'm sorry. Shane McMahon. Shane McMahon opens up. Once again, he's bullying Greg Hamilton. Everybody, give it up for the best in the world. Shane McMahon. He's doing him.
They need, leave him alone.
No,
he
he's just
comes
Shane
to
is just-
work. He does his job. Yo, Shane, relax. Do you know how long this man's been doing this? His voice is strained. Let him live. My gosh.
So Shane McMahon, he comes out, basically he's upset with Roman Reigns for hitting his father. He then shows the video of Vince getting punched and saying what man basically hits another man's father. When Shane was beating up the Miz's daddy.
Okay. First of all, Shane should not give two craps about Vince after what we saw on Twitter. This man, Vince, went all out to wish John Cena happy birthday, which was also Shane's birthday, and he just said, "Happy birthday, Shane."
No, actually, I think they had two separate days. I think somebody just caught the tweet.
All right, it don't matter. Vince don't care about you, boy. If he gonna get punched, let him get punched. He punch you.
So he was basically saying, what should he do to Roman? Should he fire him? Should he do this and that? He calls out Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns comes out. They look like they about to scrap, but Elias comes out.
Elias.
And Elias pulls up, and they basically jump Roman Reigns and beat him down.
I peeped that.
So this sets up the match between Roman Reigns and Elias at Money in the Bank. They're trying to keep Roman Reigns out of this title picture.
That's cool with me, I mean, as long as they don't BS it and, Roman loses, because that's legit a Roman Reigns type of match.
Yeah. Most likely Roman Reigns is going to win this match, but it's good for Roman, but bad for Elias because Elias needs to be getting momentum. Elias just arrived on SmackDown. And when you think about it, this is a Monday Night Raw match done on SmackDown. What happened to the shakeup? They keep doing these Monday Night Raw matches on SmackDown, these SmackDown matches on Monday Night Raw. Because when Naomi fought Billie Kay, that was a SmackDown match.
That was a SmackDown match.
On Monday Night Raw. So there's a lot of holes in this thing. Elias needs to start winning matches, contend for championships. I would love to see Elias go for that IC title with Finn. That would be a cool.
I'm surprised he didn't.
That would be cool. That would be a good story to get.
That would be another SmackDown. That would be another Raw match on SmackDown.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. Oh, I don't know. But we move on. Speaking of Monday Night Raw and SmackDown, Finn Balor versus Andrade Cien Almas. Rematch. Now, you remember from last week, Andrade and Finn had that match on Monday Night Raw when Andrade was shaken up and drafted to Monday Night Raw, and he beat Finn Balor with the help of Zelina Vega. Of course. This match on SmackDown was a great match. I feel like the Monday Night Raw match was better, but Zelina Vega tried to interfere again. Andrade catches her, but when Andrade puts Zelina to safety, he gets hit with the drop kick and the coup de grace. Andrade takes the pinfall. So what have we been talking about this whole time on this show every once in a while? What was wrong with this thing? Andrade won last
50,
week.
50?
50-50 booking.
Yeah.
50-50 even Stevens booking.
So you're saying we need some odd Todd? That's what you're saying?
We need some odd Todd. So next match we have Kairi Sane versus Peyton Royce.
Kairi Sane!
Now you know how I feel about Kairi Sane.
Yes.
You know I love
are
me
a
some
fan.
Kairi Sane.
You are a fan.
Kairi Sane destroys Peyton Royce in under 3 minutes.
Jeez.
This is great for Kairi Sane. She shouldn't be losing. She should be winning.
But
it
it's bad
sucks
for the champs.
for the champions.
That's
how,
2 weeks in a row.
How?
3 weeks, actually.
These are the tag team champions for the women's division. And they the only win they got on TV was jobbers. So Kairi Sane, of course, she shouldn't be losing. She's freaking Kairi Sane. She's amazing.
Hey, man. Asuka finally lost at some point.
But they I don't know what they're gonna do now. It's looking like Kairi Sane and Asuka's gonna be the one to take the straps off of them.
I wouldn't be mad. But then Asuka and Kairi Sane, they seem so powerful already. Like, who would be the ones to finally take it off of them?
That would be good. That would be good.
You think it would be Tamina and Nia?
Oh god. But Nia's gonna be out for a while. But I can see them holding the belts for a while. Okay. And especially Asuka and Kairi Sane, two people who was big names in NXT. Mm-hmm. They can take those championships to all 3 brands, and it can be a big deal. So both of them is former NXT Women's Champions. So I can see them definitely pull up in NXT with those championships and challenge people down there. Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville comes out. So basically,
Mandy lucky she fire.
Mandy bad, but
she just not Naomi though.
She is.
Sorry.
But I digress.
Excuse me?
Huh?
Excuse me? Oh, you're agreeing with me. Oh, okay.
Listen. Oh yeah, Mandy Rose is bad.
But she's not Naomi though.
But she's not Naomi, of course.
Right.
So, of course, they came out. They was talking to Paige and everything. So it looked like we're gonna have like a little triple threat, little rivalry right here. We're gonna have Asuka and Kairi Sane. I still call them Absolution and the Iconics.
Yeah, I call it too.
So I don't know. We'll see where this goes in the future. But the Iconics should not be losing matches.
At least not consistently.
Enough is enough. Yeah, they need some wins. But you have an Aleister Black promo, so he's been moved to SmackDown. So that means him and Ricochet, that tag team has been broken up. Thank
it was
you,
good
God.
while it lasted.
No, it wasn't. I couldn't stand that tag team.
Why?
I didn't like it. They did not need to be together.
I mean, they didn't need to, but they didn't do bad.
I mean, yeah, because it's Ricochet and Aleister Black. But
that's what I'm saying. It was good while it lasted. It was a good team. They were supposed to be together. They shouldn't be together, but it was good.
On paper, they was a bad tag team. But
when you see them perform,
but on paper,
oh my God,
they lost every tag team title opportunity. They had every tag team title opportunity in 1 week. Raw, NXT, and SmackDown. They lost all 3. Maybe they're not cut out for this tag team thing.
It wasn't always their fault. Okay.
So Aleister Black is on SmackDown. I'm kind of excited for what's next. Maybe we get Aleister versus Finn Balor.
I was just about to say that.
That would be some crazy. The Demon versus Aleister Black. Too dark.
Wait. Okay.
Yo, you about to have a wrestling orgasm?
I was thinking. Okay. Imagine somewhere down the line we get Aleister Black and Finn Balor for the IC title. What if, let's say, Aleister wins?
Mm-hmm.
who's to say back on Raw, Ricochet may get a U.S. title opportunity, and the next thing you know, come October, November, when we get to
Survivor Series, Allison versus. I can see that. That's some good stuff. I would love that. Titus, that's why people want to sign to you. Okay, because you make great decisions like that. Hey man,
if you looking for some good stuff, sign over to Titus Worldwide. You know, we do it big over here. You know what I'm saying?
So we have Jinder Mahal. So Ginger is officially back on SmackDown, the Kingdom of the Maharaja. So the Maharaja is back on SmackDown. I don't know if he's gonna have the same success as he did before.
He won't.
But he was facing Chad Gable, two Raw guys fighting on SmackDown. But the match never gets started because Lars Sullivan comes out, basically destroys everybody but Jinder Mahal.
Ooh, that's gonna be the next match. I would love to see
what?
Jinder Mahal and Lars Sullivan.
Maybe because Lars hasn't had a match yet. But you know what? His first match, they probably give him Chad Gable.
Yeah.
They probably give him Chad Gable so he can win in like 30 seconds.
I'm just saying, I would love to see him.
That'd be great for Lars. Sucks for Chad Gable because
Chad's just gonna look at him like, hey, inner peace, Shanti, and Lars Sullivan's just gonna look at him with that mean underbite. That mean underbite. Bro, his underbite makes me so uncomfortable.
Yo.
Like every time he smiles, it's just like, yo, why is your lower jaw so far out? But you know, I digress.
We move on. So we have my main man, R Trizzle. R Trizzle comes out there. He looks strong first. No, he tries to look strong. He gets destroyed. Just like that. So maybe we're gonna have Lars versus R Trizzle first.
Oh no, don't do that to R Trizzle.
Yeah. So next,
put some respect on R Truth's name.
Oh, well, he had the U.S. title.
That's it. That's all he's done in like the past 7 years.
I don't know. I don't know. Of course, I wouldn't want that to happen to my main man, R Trizzle, but you know. Charlotte comes out. So Charlotte basically comes out and says, talking about Becky Lynch, she doesn't deserve the championship because she didn't defeat me. She defeated Ronda Rousey. So what gives her the right to call her a champion? Because she didn't beat the SmackDown Women's Champion. She bought the Raw champion. Brings out Becky 2 belts. She comes out and basically saying that Charlotte is actually on a losing streak. 2019 hasn't been the best year for her.
That's true.
Charlotte hasn't been winning as much. And she basically told her to get to the back of the line. How many opportunities are you going to keep getting handed to you? I want new challenges. I'm tired of fighting you. I want to fight Bayley. I want to fight Mickie James. I want to fight people like Ember Moon. Give them an opportunity. I'm sick and tired of fighting you. And the only reason why I chose to defeat Ronda was because I beat you so many times that I lost count.
Ooh.
Which is a good point.
Ooh.
Becky 2 belts was getting in.
Ooh.
So at least Bayley comes out. Bayley has a new attitude, new aggression. I'm loving this Bayley. No more hugging, just start thugging. Okay.
Hey.
No more hugging, just straight thugging. So
I like it.
So basically, that leads to Charlotte and Bayley get into a little altercation. Bayley slaps the microphone out of her hand, and it leads to Charlotte and Bayley in the winner of this match moves on to Money in the Bank to fight Becky 2 belts for the SmackDown Women's Championship. This match between Bayley and Charlotte was a solid match, great match. I love the aggression from Bayley. Yo, this is a new edge, and I'm loving it.
She lost, didn't she?
Yes. She lost to Charlotte Flair. The Charlotte no belt chance was hilarious. Charlotte wins actually with a spear.
Really?
With a spear.
Really?
So
not even the what's that move called?
The natural selection?
Yes.
No, it was just a spear. So Becky is fighting both Lacey and Charlotte at Money in the Bank. So
that's actually what I wanted to talk about.
She's pulling double duty.
Oh gosh. If she could win both matches, yeah, she's definitely Seth Rollins, the female version. She's definitely the man.
Yeah, I'm pulling for Becky 2 belts, man. So even though Becky Lynch said that she wanted new challenges, she gets the same old challenge.
She gets one. Hey, she gets an old one and a new one in the same night.
Yeah, but I'm tired of Charlotte.
I'm tired of seeing blondes.
Vince is it?
He just loves him some blondes.
So move on to the main event. Kofi Kingston versus Shinsuke Nakamura. KO is still doing the New Day shtick and everything. They actually had a New Day commentary table with Xavier and Kevin Owens doing commentary. And the match was okay between Shinsuke and Kofi Kingston. It ends in disqualification because Rusev interferes. Xavier Woods and KO help Kofi. Xavier ends up getting taken out by Nakamura with a Kinshasa knee to face. So it's looking good for the momentum of Kofi Kingston and everything. They get rid of the heels and everything. And just when all the heels is out, one turns heel. When KO, nobody under the sun should ever trust. I don't trust KO in real life. Because I don't trust KO in real life because I believe that he will really stab me in the back legit.
Probably.
So he basically super kicks Kofi Kingston, beats the holy hell out of him. Xavier tries to help out Kofi Kingston, and Xavier gets taken out. He gets hit with the powerbomb to the apron, the Sami Zayn, infamous Sami Zayn powerbomb. And then he basically wants the championship. KO turned heel, and a lot of people pretty much saw this coming because the whole...
He was doing so good as a face, though. He actually was doing good.
I like the face run. A lot of people didn't like the face run. I liked it.
It's because they're so used to him being a heel.
Yeah,
I was with it.
And Kofi Kingston needs to continue momentum, but I'm hearing that KO is supposed to fight Roman Reigns for the WWE Championship at SummerSlam.
Which means
Kofi Mania might be ending shortly.
As long as they give him another title run at least.
Then he's. I would love to say it, but it took forever in the day just to give a brother one championship.
That's a fact.
You think they're gonna do that again? Especially with when Roman Reigns touched that WWE title again? Hey, coming back to Kofi Kingston?
Hey, at least even if he doesn't win it, have a Kofi versus Roman match.
That's what I wanted to see. Even though Roman would win, but
I mean, of course, but hey, man.
So
give the people what they want. So
this is gonna set up Kofi Kingston, KO, Money in the Bank, WWE Championship. Now we don't know where this is gonna go. This could be any man's game. This is what I like about certain people being champions because I feel like this match isn't predictable.
I feel like it is. Even without knowing about,
but
the whole Roman situation,
KO just turned heel. What way to
KO don't lose that often.
But my thing is, what way to generate more heel heat? If KO ends Kofi Mania abruptly, people would hate him.
Ooh, you right. I didn't think of that.
So we shall see Money in the Bank. Of course, those predictions would be.
See, this is why we like to have multiple minds together.
Yeah, because we
Where's
come
JD? Where's JD?
Oh man, shout out to my old Asylum brother right there, JD Smooth. But that's about it. We have come to the end of the show. We made it through all the headlines, the shows, everything that's going on. Hopefully this company get it together. And hopefully next week we get these Money in the Bank storylines on a roll. We also headed into Double or Nothing. I can't wait to see more AEW announcements. Blue Pants actually from Blue Pants from NXT. She got signed to AEW. She's a great wrestler, and I heard she's a great sport backstage. So she's also got signed, along with my buddy's Private Party, like I said at the top of the hour.
Shout out to Private Party.
Shout out to Private Party. I can't wait to see you, Sean. Meet y'all at the top, my brother. So if y'all like this video, if y'all watching it on YouTube, hit it with a thumbs up and continue to share the video, share the podcast, videos, audio files, spread the word, and show a brother some love. Show my brother Titus Worldwide some love. Always love talking wrestling with my Titus Worldwide brother right here.
This is a good podcast, man. I'm great to be here.
Had some fun on it, man. Yeah. And until the next Not Your Average Wrestling Podcast, the Wildcat, Jay Troy,
and the Gator, Titus Worldwide.
It's out.